Ja, you realize it's never but you ain't ready for that grown-up conversation yet, huh? Sup, dudes? It's Hot Girl January. And depending on where you are in the world, you're either living your best life or, like me, you're freezing to death in an icy blizzard storm. Biggest downside to living in the UK? Actually, there's two big downsides. A huge lack of sundresses, and also a huge lack of women that are attractive enough to pull it off. Oh man, I'm not really bothered. I completely understand why the rest of Europe thinks the UK is the ugly part of the world. Some of these oaks out here look like a fruit sunny side egg left out for too long. And that's not excluding myself, but I digress. Because some people are living their best lives, and some people are living their most confident lives. Like this woman who slept with 6 different men in her police department while being married.
20-page report has been completed into sexual relationships at the Laverne Police Department. Some happening while officers were on duty and at work.
Doing something while you're at work, I mean, for everybody else who goes to work, you know, we're held to that same standard.
Jerry Howell says he was in disbelief when first reading the report and wants changes from city leaders.
Officer Megan Hall, 26, allegedly performed oral sex on a detective in the police gym before the two returned to their desks to continue the workday. Do I think it's crazy that police officers are just going wild neck at work? Abso-freaking-lutely. Am I jealous as hell? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do I expect more out of my police officers that aren't really my police officers because they're from the US? No, not really. Look, in my opinion, I'd rather they be taking their frustrations out on one another. I want them as relaxed as humanly possible. 'Cause I don't know, ladies, if you know what it's like when a man has a full nutsack, or in this case, a lady. Or maybe you do know what it's like. Your eyes get a little bit hazy, your brain gets a little bit mazy, and you need to shoot out a baby. And in truth, what do you prefer? Cops having an orgy or police brutality? I've backed you into a corner, haven't I? Oh, I'm sorry, you don't want your public officers slamming ham? Oh, I guess you support black people suffering. Ooh, I'm telling. I don't know any black people. A police officer has been fired after allegedly engaging on-duty sex act with male colleagues. Megan Hall, 26, allegedly performed oral sex with 2 officers at the police station, I'm presuming one at a time, sent dirty pictures and took her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party. Hall is alleged to have bragged about the size of one partner's genitals and said to have described herself as in an open marriage. The scandal led to a dismissal from the police department in the US state of Tennessee, as well as the other cops that she had a little bit of relations with, except for 2 who were suspended and managed to keep their jobs. Now, all well and good, that's a very quick story. Why are you talking about this? Well, I actually read this story a couple days ago, and I was well aware of it. I just didn't really think it was worth having a conversation about. Like, I did find it kind of funny to picture 2 cops getting naked and busting it down during a shift, because I don't know if you've ever been around a police officer. Dude, the equipment they wear is heavy as shit. They're gonna jostle with that big-ass belt, get their gun out of their holster, and drop trowel. And she has it even worse because she's got to take it all off and put it all back on. That's going to be the worst and most uncomfortable after coitus chat possible. Like, they just have to go back to work. And she's like trying to casually talk to him while she's putting on this heavy duty gear. Yeah, so that was really great. We should probably get back on shift. Can you pass my gun? But you know, we'll do this again sometime. As far as I was aware, that was pretty much all of the jokes I could realistically make, so I chose not to cover it. But then out of nowhere, a bombshell hits the news cycle, and that is the husband of this officer is staying with her. The husband of the Tennessee police officer who was fired for allegedly sleeping with 6 co-workers reportedly plans to stand by her. Now that word of the workplace scandal is out, Megan's husband still plans to stay by her side. Brew, have some self-respect. I don't even care if you're into that cuck. This woman didn't cheat on you one time with a little peck. This woman went train spotting. This woman took a ride on the Bang Bus Express. My oak, she cared so little for you. She somehow told the entire police department she was in an open relationship and just gobbled. Bro, she had one for every day of the week, you included. And you're still by her side. You'll have to be either the dumbest man in the world or there's no other all. I don't know how he's doing it. He's more of a man than I am, but he's trying to salvage his marriage. Jida's boss, Coffee County Sheriff Chad Parton, told the Daily Mail. I don't condone what went on at the police department, but he sure hasn't broken any laws. He's the victim here. There's not a blemish on his record. He's doing a phenomenal job. A phenomenal job. So he works at the same police station. He's a cop in her department too. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need a minute of reflection. How did it come to this? This pain I feel reminds me of when I was a boy, and my papa used to say say to me in front of the warm fire. He had a stroke that summer, but I pretended I knew what he said. Do you know what hurts even more? Is the fact that his colleagues would have been making innuendos at his expense, or would have assumed that he was in on it. So they'll all be getting undressed and taking off their uniforms and getting in the showers and oiling one another up. But they'll just keep talking about it like he's in on the jokes. Oh, I had a great time with Hole last night. And his dumb ass has just stood there like, oh yeah, really? My beautiful, loving wife that I suspect has done me no wrong? What did you do? You know. No, I have no clue. And there would have been gossip around all of the tables. Everybody chatting about it. Everybody in on it. Except for him. And he's still staying with her. It's a cruel, cruel world. Finding out that your partner cheated on you once. Mate, that is a heartbreak that is unreal. Pretty sure we've all been there at one point. I mean, I have multiple times, and I hate having to comfort the guy whose wife I'm plowing. But finding out it happened at your workplace, finding out it happened for a political scandal, finding out and still choosing to be with her, I just crawl up in a ball and cry myself to death. Life isn't worth living at that point, lad. I implore you, get out of there. Paul, the lady police officer, if you guys don't remember, this is a word directly to you. I get it, you're freak nasty. That's cool. You should have left your man first. This is a horrible thing you've done to him. But what's even worse is either through your own manipulation or his weakness, he's still staying with you. I pray Jesus finds all of you, Muhammad blesses you, and for the love of Christ, you get a dildo. She can't be maintained. Biggie, you have to subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I love you and I'll see you later. Bye bye.